this particular session, in continuation to our earlier session on these challenges in the selection, we will talk about the core and developmental interviews, the reference checks, job offer, medical examination and the placements are concerned. These all these points we have discussed earlier into the explanation of the selection process. Some of the case studies we have taken on this almost the understanding about the assessment in the selection process, some part of it. Now, rest of the part of it for the selection process we will talk now. Now, here we will talk about that is the core and developmental interviews are concerned. This is the discussion is based on the strategic alignment. For example, during the development interview for a chief operation officer position at a manufacturing firm, Nina is asked about her strategies vision. She describes her plan to streamline production processes through the integration of the automation and AI technology to enhance the efficiency and the reduce waste. She connects this vision with the company's long-term goal of achieving sustainability and lowering the operational cost. Nina's detailed roadmap includes initial audits, pilot projects and the full-scale implementation phases, clearly aligning her strategic initiatives with the broader corporate objectives of the growth and environmental responsibility. Here, we are addressing about the how does the candidate articulate their strategic vision in relation to the position is concerned. The next aspect is about the understanding the role. Tom, a candidate for the financial director role, discusses how he perceives his role as a pivotal in achieving the company's goals of the fiscal stability and growth. He outlines his understanding of the company's financial challenges and opportunities, referencing specific market trends and the internal financial reports. Tom proposes a detailed plan to optimize the company's investment strategies and improve cost management, illustrating how these initiatives support the overarching goal of the enhancing shareholder values and securing the competitive market share. Can the candidate demonstrate a deep understanding of their role in facilitating the company goals? Leadership style compatibility, if we are to assess, we will take that during her interview for a team leader position in a software development company, Grace describes her leadership style as participative, emphasizing collaboration and team empowerment. She shares experiences where these approaches has led to a high team morale and the innovative problem solving. Grace style involves regular team meeting for open discussions and the decision making processes that include input from all team members. She explains how this style would fit well with the company's culture, which values transparency, employee engagement and a flat organization structure. This addresses the what leadership style does the candidate prefer, how do they align with our team member dynamics, and therefore we can find out that is the whether it is the leadership and team effectiveness can be effective. Innovative contributions to judge, here I would like to take the example of Jeremy is aspiring to be the next R&D manager, presents a case from his last role where he led a project to develop a new composite material that reduced the production cost by 15% while improving product durability. He explains the interactive process of experimentations, feedback and the refinement he championed, which involved cross departmental collaboration and leverage customer input to guide design changes. This example not only highlights Jamie's capacity for innovation, but also his ability to drive projects that have a tangible impact on a product quality and the company profitability. Here we are address can the candidate give examples of innovation or improvement they are implemented in the previous roles. Now, when we are talking about the role evolution perspective, then in her final interview for a senior analyst position, Isabel discusses her vision for growing within the company. She articulates a clear trajectory where she starts by enhancing the analytics capabilities of her department through advanced predictive modeling techniques are concerned. Over the time, Isabel sees herself leading a new division dedicated to the data science innovations that could influence decision making across the company. She expresses a commitment to not just fill a role, but to expand it in ways that align with the emerging businesses needs and technological advancements. showing ambition and fostering that match the company's growth oriented mindset. This addresses how does the candidate see their potential role evolving within the company. Now, whenever we are talking about the reference checks, then we have to see that is the how this compliance and ethics. A manufacturing company requires a pre-employment medical examination for a safety critical position. To ensure compliance with the legal and ethical standards, they hire an external certified medical provider to conduct the examinations. Two procedures are designed to assess only the health requirements directly relevant to the job safety and performance in line with the Americans with the Disabilities Act. The company also regularly reviews their policies with a legal advisor to ensure they remain compliant with the new health and safety regulations and the employment laws. This addresses the medical examination process compliant with legal and ethical standards. When we are talking about the references and the confidentiality of the sensitivity of the particular candidate, in a logistic firm, candidates undergo medical checks that require sensitive data handling. To protect confidentiality, all medical information is handled by a designated HR professional trained in data protection laws and stored in the secure encrypted database accessible only to the specific personnel. During the examination, medical staff explains the procedures and the reasons behind each test, ensuring candidates feel respected and informed. The company's commitment to confidentiality is reinforced through a strict privacy policy provided to the candidates beforehand. Here we addresses how do we ensure the confidentiality and the sensitivity during the medical examination process is concerned. For a commercial airline pilot positions, specific health criteria include excellent vision, and this we talk about the job specific health requirement by a particular profession. Here the hearing and the cardiovascular health. The airline partners with the aviation certified medical examiners who conduct detailed assessments including the vision test, then odometry and the cardiovascular screening. These tests secure all are the candidates meet the Federal Aviation Administration and the stringent health standards for flying. This is critical for ensuring the safety of the flights are concerned. Here we are talking about what specific health criteria are necessary for the role and how are these assessed for the purpose of understanding whether they are having the specific health criteria fulfillment or not. Now, whenever we are talking about the issues of the accommodation and accessibility, a tech company is interviewing a software engineer who uses a wheelchair. In anticipation of a job offer, the HR department consults with accessibility experts for the ensure that all necessary accommodations such as an accessible workstation and software are available. They discuss potential adjustments with the candidate to tailor the working environment to his needs, demonstrating the company's commitment to inclusivity and the equal opportunities for the all employees. Here we refer about the are there accommodations or adjustments possible for candidate with the health issues are concerned. Here another important aspect that we talk about is of the ethical use of the medical information. A chemical plant requires workers to handle potentially hazardous materials. Medical examinations are used to assess candidates' ability to perform job duties safely. The HR team ensures that decisions are based only on the medically relevant capabilities of the candidates, avoiding any discriminatory practices are concerned. Information from medical tests that directly impacts a candidate's ability to perform specific job functions, safety is concerned. In compliance with the occupational health and safety laws. How is information from the medical examination used in making the final hiring decision? This above case study helps us to understand that is the whether the medical examination is making the final the hiring decision is possible or not. Whenever we are talking about the competitive compensation for a senior data analyst position, a financial services from the review salary surveys and industry standards to set a competitive base salary that matches the high level skills and experience required. They add a comprehensive benefits package including a bonus scheme based on the performance, retirement plans and the health insurance, tailored to attract the top tier talent and reflect the value they place on the role within their organization structure. This particular case study has addressed about how we outline a competitive salary and benefits package that reflects the candidate's experience and the skills. Now, when we are talking about this job offer, when contacted for a reference check regarding aligns a candidate for a legal advisor position, her previous employer, a senior partner at a law firm, provides the glowing remarks. He describes Ellen as a highly ethical and professional in her conduct. She consistently demonstrated integrity, often volunteering to take on complex cases requiring the description and a strong moral compass. He recalls an incident where Ellen identified and resolved a potential conflict of interest that was overlooked by others, which safeguarded the firm's reputation and upheld its compliance standards are concerned. Here we talk about the how do the reference describes the candidate's professional behavior and ethics. When we are talking about the verification of achievements during the reference check for Simon, a prospective project manager, his former supervisor confirms the achievement listed on his resume. Specifically, she verifies that Simon led a project that resulted in a 20% increase in the efficiency through the integration of a new software tool. She elaborates that this was a significant accomplishment as it exceeds the project's original goals and was recognized across the organized through an innovation award. This confirmation bolsters the legitimacy of Siemens' claimed contributions and highlights his capacity to deliver the measurable results. This also helps us to understand to assess can previous employer confirm the candidate's achievement as listed on their resume. Now, when we are talking about the selection process and the stress management is concerned, here we take the reference for the Alex who applied for an IT operation manager positions, consistently praised the ability to manage the high pressure situations. One specific example provided was during a critical system outage. Alex effectively coordinated the recovery efforts, communicated calmly with the stakeholders, and deployed resources judiciously to minimize the downtime. His proactive and composed response not only resolved the issue efficiently, but also maintained the team morale during a stressful period is concerned. Here, we can make the assessment of what do references say about the candidate's ability to work under pressure. When we have to check about the reliability and punctuality, here the one example we can take during the reference check for Kalra, a candidate for a sales executive position, her former manager notes a pattern of tardiness and several instances where Kalra missed internal deadlines without prior warning. Through the acknowledge her strong sales abilities, he expressed concerns about her team time management and skills and the reliability is suggesting if occasionally impacted team coordinated and the client relationships. This feedback provides a crucial insight into the areas where the Caldra may need improvement and prompts a further evaluation of her fit for roles requiring the stringent and the time management. Are there any concern about the candidate's reliability or punctuality that we can test with the help of this assessment? This initiative and responsibility in discussing the Lily's performance as an administrative assistant, her reference the office manager highlights her proactive approach to responsibilities beyond her basic job description. He recounts an instance when Lily identified inefficiencies in the office supply chain management and proposed a new vendor that saved the company's 15% supply in the cost manually. Here prizes her initiative and willingness to take an additional challenge which contributes significantly to the office operations and made her an indispensable member of the team. Here we can address about the how does the candidate handle responsibilities beyond their basic job duties are concerned. Next issue in the selection process is of the medical examination. In the medical examination, we have to see the competitive compensation. The HR team for a tech startup is preparing an offer for Maya, a software engineer with a rare skill set in a blockchain technology. Recognizing the value Maya brings and the market demand for her skills, they propose a salary that is 10% above the industry standards for their similar roles. Additionally, they include a comprehensive benefits package with health insurance, stock options and performance based bonus structure. This approach aims to reflect Maya's high level of expertise, making the offer competitive and attractive in a tight labor market. Here we are addressing how we outlined a competitive salary and benefits package that reflects the candidate's experience and skills. When we have to test about the work flexibility for Daniel, a potential marketing director who values work-life balance, the company crafts an offer letter that highlights flexible work hours and the option for remote work up to 3 days a week. This policy is part of company's broader initiatives to support employee well-being and productivity. The offer also mentions access to the co-worker space fund for the remote days. Then aiming to cater to modern work preferences and Daniel's specific desire for flexibility, thereby the enhancing the appeal of the offer is there. And this addresses how does the offer includes elements of the modern work preferences such as flexibility and remote working options are concerns. In the job offers a Priya, a prospective account manager, the company includes a detailed overview of potential career progression opportunities. It outlines a clear path from the account manager to senior account manager and eventually to account director based on performance metrics and leadership training program. The offer emphasizes the company's commitment to professional growth and development, reassuring the Priya that her career ambitions can be realized within the organization. And does the offer adequately address the candidate's potential career path within the company? Here, the role clarity when we have to test the offer letter to Alex, a candidate for a project coordinator position meticulously details the job roles and responsibilities. It specifies his direct reports, his role in a cross-functional projects, key deliverables and the expectations for his involvement in a strategic planning sessions. The level of detail is in a design to ensure that both Alex and the company have a mutual understanding of the job scope, reducing the likelihood of the future misunderstandings and setting clear parameters for the performance evaluation. On basis of this, we talk about the roles and responsibilities clearly defined in the offer to avoid future misunderstanding or not. The negotiation process when Laura, a prospective HR manager, counters the initial job offer seeking a higher salary and additional vacation days, the HR director prepares for the negotiation by reviewing the company's budget and the compensation guidelines. They also consider the scarcity of Laura's skill set in the current market. The director plans to offer a compromise that includes a slight increase in the base salary and one additional week of the vacation, but also introduces a performance based bonus that could further increase Laura's total compensation. This strategy aims to meet the Laura's needs like staying within the company's budgetary constraints and maintaining the internal expenses. How will be the handling negotiating of the candidate counters the initial offer? Finally, we will come for the placement. In the placement, we will talk about the team integration. A software development company has just hired Julia, a very senior developer, to ensure her smooth integration. They assign her a buddy from her future team who meets her on her first day and weekly thereafter. The buddy's role is to introduce Julia to team members, guide her through the company's culture and help her understand teamwork flows and the processes. Here we also understand that is what should be the orientation program whenever you are introducing a particular employee, whether he is already working in the organization or not, and when you are introducing to a new team, then definitely here we understand that is how company's culture and helping the understanding the workflows and processes of the organization that should be accustomed and accommodated as per the candidates is relevance. So, additionally they schedule regular team lunches and a series of informal one-on-one meeting with other team members to foster relationships and open communication channels. This approach is designed to make Julia feel welcomed and supported as the transition into her new role are concerned. Here we address on the how do we ensure a smooth integration of the new employee into the team. That when we are talking about the training and orientation, when Michael starts his new job as a customer service representative, his first week is scheduled with a structured orientation program. These include sessions on the company's history, mission and values, as well as the detailed training on the company's customer relationship management, software and the handling the customer queries. Now, he also participates in shadowing the sessions with the experienced team members to observe the real time customer interactions and handling techniques. This comprehensive orientation is aimed at the equipping the Michael with the necessary knowledge and skills to perform efficiently and confidently in his new role. Here we address the what initial training and orientation will be provided to the new employee. When we want to have a discussion on this performance monitoring and support, here I would like to take Emma, newly hired as an HR analyst, will have her performance and well-being closely monitored through a series of the structured check-ins. Her manager schedules bi-weekly meetings to discuss her progress, address and challenges, and provide feedback on her work. Additionally, the country offers access to a well-being program that influences the mental health, resources and the stress management workshops. HR also conducts a monthly pulse survey specifically tailored to new employees to gauge their job satisfaction and emotional well-being, ensuring Emma receives the support she needs to succeed. How well will be monitor and support the new employee's performance and well-being in the first few months. This has been addressed with the help of this above case study. Now, when we are talking about the feedback gathering, to gather the feedback from a new employee like Tom, a graphic designer, the company utilizes a digital feedback tool what allows him to anonymously submit his thoughts on the onboarding process at various stages. 2 weeks after his start date, the Tom receives a prompt to complete a structured survey that asks about the clarity of his job duties, the effectiveness of the training is concerned. His training sessions and his level of comfort with the team dynamics. This feedback is overviewed by the HR to identify areas of improvement and adjust the onboarding process for future hires. Here we are address what mechanisms are in place to gather the feedback from the new employee about their onboarding experience is concerned. The process assessment and improvement is an engineering firm has implemented a dual feedback system to assess the effectiveness of their placement process. After the completion of the onboarding period, both the new employee and their supervisors are required to fill out an evaluation form that assesses the clarity of the job description, the suitability of the training provided and the overall satisfaction with the placement is concerned. Here these forms are analyzed by HR to identify common trends and areas for improvement. Additionally, key performance indicators, that is KPIs, related to the employee retention and performance within the first 6 months are tracked to measure the long-term success of the placement process, enabling the continuous refinement and the improvement is concerned. Now, here we have to also understand these KPIs will be decided by the organizations from the various sections are concerned. Therefore, in that case whenever we want to make this assessment, we have to see that how do we assess the effectiveness of our placement process to make the continuous improvements, so that where we can make the more effective placement procedures. This is all about the particular sessions about in the selection process which we have talked about up to the placement. Thank you.